Nightmare scenario, and you know, we use it quotes. Nightmare scenario. What is the absolute thing that you go, ugh, boy, that didn't fall the way the Browns would like it to?
Well, I would probably say, a run on, receivers early, a run on corners early, then even a little bit of those edge players early as well. Obviously those are the main positions that the Browns are looking at. I could see Greg Newsome going higher, and, especially too, I know that they've been linked with Caleb Farley here over the past couple of days, but I mean, for a player who sat out in 2020, he also ended up having to get another back surgery, and it looks like he's going to have to get yet another one here coming down soon. So with Caleb Farley, you never hear about a guy's back getting better with age. So, I look at Caleb Farley, and I have a little bit of trepidation when it comes to him. So if I'm the Browns, maybe missing out on a few of those edge guys, a few of those corners, and then even a run on receiver early, I could see as being a quote-unquote nightmare scenario. But even then, at that point, I think that there's still enough depth at those positions where I think that they can still add a player that can contribute pretty early on for this team.
Do you think if one of those elite corners isn't there, and again, the edge rushers, it's going to depend on which guy you think has the highest upside and the least risk. If their top edge guy, the top corners aren't there, do you see a scenario where the Browns trade back?
Yeah, I could see that very much so, especially, this year in particular is such a wild card of a year just because obviously, you didn't have the full season for some teams. You had others that actually played, players who sat out. You dealt with a ton of injuries, and even especially no combine this year. So there's so much uncertainty in this year. It wouldn't shock me if the Browns move back, but also at that point, if they do move back from 26, it also wouldn't shock me if they move up maybe from round 3 or even higher into round 2 from 59, just to go ahead and make sure that they're absolutely capitalizing on the value that they could get at some of those spots.
Yeah, the other thing is if one of their guys, one of those corners that they really like, Surtain or Horn or maybe even Newsome, if they slide a little bit and the Browns feel they can go up and grab them for a third or a fourth or a fifth, I wouldn't be surprised to see them do that either. I think the corner would be the guy they would be trading up to get.
Yeah, and I would agree with that. And I would say this from what I've been told, they've at least, broached that discussion, at least talking about the possibility of trading up, moving up from 26, have had some, fruitful talks about possibly moving up, depending on if certain prospects are there and available, possibly sliding. I think that it could make a lot of sense for them to go ahead, jump up, be aggressive if need be. You have pick 89 and 91 in round 3 that you can use, as well as 2 more fourth rounders. It would not shock me if they go ahead and utilize some of those later picks to go ahead and move up, whether that be at 26 or at 59.
Yeah, without question. And Andrew Berry has shown that he is definitely going to be aggressive to get the players he wants.